I personally think that New Year's resolutions are bullshit. Hello, welcome back to the Jen Show. I personally do think that New Year's resolutions are stupid. I'm pretty sure that I have said this in previous videos in January. I'm pretty sure that I have said this in previous years when I have done like a New Year's resolution video. I think I did last year, because I don't know if it's just a me thing or if it's like a wide human population thing. Everybody makes resolutions and they stick to it in the months of January and then half of February. Hence why an update video never happened last month, and now it's the 7th of February when I am making this update New Year's resolution video. I don't think that I had accomplished any of my resolutions for last year. I think I did a couple of them, worked on them throughout the year of 2024, but I don't think that I have actually made it to the end the entire year, which is why I think they're bullshit and they're stupid, or or I sucked and I'm not very good at my own resolutions. Not that they are hard to accomplish. Every year there's always ups and downs and excuses of why not just me, but everybody in general, of why nobody actually accomplishes their New Year's resolutions. Before we get into the New Year's resolutions of 2025 on the first week of February, because we all know that January isn't a real month, it's only a trial month. We all just agreed to disagree on that one. What is there even to update on the month of December? I don't think that I have really accomplished a lot in the month of December. I mostly just worked a lot. But in the month of January, I accomplished on getting all of my art up on Etsy. If you have watched my previous videos in January, I did mention that. So for the year 2025, before we get into my goals and resolutions for this year, let's talk about last year. Like I said, I don't really remember what my goals and accomplishments were for last year. I just know that I didn't really make it very far. Mostly these are just lame ass excuses. One, my car broke in the second week of the year, so I spent a lot of time mostly working. I worked a lot, and taking the bus for work sucks, and then getting a scooter to help scoot around for work, it helped. But I did go on some adventures with my boyfriend with having a little electric scooter, because we both had one each. So we took a lot of adventures, midnight adventures, scooting around town, going to parks at 1 o'clock in the morning. That was actually a lot of fun, to be honest. I got into a game called Dead by Daylight. I am super fucking obsessed with Dead by Daylight. I completed Hogwarts Legacy in the beginning of 2024 in February, so it took me a year to finish the first round of Hogwarts Legacy, in Gryffindor because I'm a Gryffindor. I started playing the game again in Hufflepuff, and I have to say, why does Hufflepuff have such a nicer common room than Gryffindor? It honestly feels like, I don't know if any of you have watched, maybe a lot of people, because it's the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit. It literally feels like you are walking into the Shire, like where the hobbits live, like Bilbo Baggins. I love it. I love the common room, and I am for Hogwarts Legacy. I am wanting to play in all of the houses because each house kind of has like a different experience of the game. I've noticed, I've noticed, and I just want the experience of playing the game in like just different houses and taking like otherwise the things that I have accomplished in 2024 besides those two gaming accomplishments is I gained 20 subscribers on YouTube. Even without a car for the summer, I did actually make it to art crawl. I think I made it 2 or 3 times. I read 61 books out of 104. I haven't finished the program yet, but I started one of those Google programs, project management. That is actually one of my goals for this year, is to finish that program. I wrote a few killer stories on Vocal.media. Like I said earlier, the very first car that I had purchased all by myself as a big girl died, and I scrapped it a few days before Christmas, and I got a new car. Those are just some of the things that I have accomplished last year. And Bellatrix has joined us today in today's video. Isn't she like just the cutest? I'm sure that there are other things that I have achieved. Those are just some of the ones that I can think of at the top of my head. My goals for 2025, I don't even know where to begin with this topic, especially since we're already like a month in. But I think that I'm going to start with the kitchen. I really miss simple ingredient kitchen where everything is like 90% healthy and simple and perfect for the body. Right now, it's like 60% good. So my goal is to just finish everything that I have in the kitchen and slowly go back to simple ingredient healthy foods. In the last 3 years, I kind of like fell off of that from moving a few times and back to my apartment. So I kind of fell out of my simple ingredient kitchen and it's shit. And I'm working on getting back to it. I miss it. Some days I work a lot. I work long hours, and some of those days I do manage to still get like a workout in and paint. I usually just go to like just ordering something or just making something completely unhealthy. So that's kind of like one of my goals, is to just replace everything and slowly wean myself off of processed unhealthy shit and get back into eating better, especially on those busy days, or if I'm just too lazy to like cook anything. It'd be nice to have like healthier options and not crave junk and things that don't make me feel very good in a healthy, positive way. The other thing is I love eating out, and I am not willing to change it. But I do realize that eating unhealthy takeout, like fast food restaurants, isn't very good for the body. One of my goals for that is to switch out for places that are a little bit healthier for the body instead of just going for a pizza or a burger. Switch it out for a place that offers a salad or a pita. It's my favorite, pita pit. I am trying to lose weight. This is the year where I'm actually going to try to lose weight. I have some clothes that I haven't actually fit in over 6 years, and some of the clothes that I do currently fit in, they're starting to get worn out. So I would love to fit into those clothes that I already have. One, because I'm cheap and I don't like to consistently buy new clothes. I'm also trying to save money. So by losing weight, I can just fit into my other clothes. That seems logical, I think. I don't know. Which segues into that topic, kind of segues into exercise. I have joined this app called Step Bet, where you spend real money. I think the Step Bet that I'm currently in cost 60 Canadian dollars, and it's 6 weeks. That's a lot of money. $60 to spend. I don't really want to lose that $60, so it's making me walk. And in the month of January, I already lost 5 pounds, which is actually good. My exercise goals are to continue getting all of my steps in, even if I am not into joining another Step Bet after this. But basically, Step Bet is helping me get into the habit of moving every single day. And my goal is to, again, accomplish getting all of my steps in every single day, going for a walk every day, especially when weather permits. I live in Canada and it doesn't always permit going for a walk. I'm a little bitch, so is my dog. We don't like the cold. Well, I don't like the cold. She practically wears a snowsuit outside. It's super cute. She hates it. Otherwise, I am aiming 4 days of working out. And I don't remember if I mentioned it. I had hurt my shoulder back in September by falling off my scooter. And I haven't done yoga since. So that's kind of my other goal, is to get back into doing yoga every day, or at least 5 to 6 times a week, on top of 4 days of actually working out and at least walking 6 to 7 days a week. Now, in the world of content creating, as I said, I did gain 20 followers on YouTube, and I would love to continue growing my YouTube channel. And I have also gained a few followers on Vocal.media last year, which is actually helping me want to create more. I have already a list of ideas of what I would like to do this year. One of my goals is to paint and draw more regularly. Sometimes this kind of goes with the I don't eat very well about 60% of the time, which means that I'm not really brain fog, so I'm not really motivated to paint or draw. But my goal is to paint and draw more regularly, especially when I'm inspired. I caved and I had purchased an artist table yesterday, and the top pops up So I can paint, and this is the table that I had purchased. The glass that you see on top, it pops up. It sits up like an easel to make it, well, obviously easier to see from a different angle to paint and draw. And I've already started drawing on it. My other goal is that I have actually been working on for a while now is, you see, I have paint in the back corner here. I have a lot of acrylic paints. I prefer to mix my own colors. I've noticed that I only use like the same handful of colors and to make the tubes of paint that I already have. So my goal is to finish up the paints, the already like pre-mixed colored paints that I have, use those up. I have too much acrylic paint in too many different colors that I don't need or use. I have the same thing in watercolor paint, and I haven't used watercolor paint in such a long time. I forgot how it worked. If you had seen my previous video, it sucked. It did not turn out so well. So that is one of my goals, is to use up excess paint that I do not use or need. I have gotten into oil paints in the last couple of years, so that basically I would love to paint more, use up excess paints, and I have so many different like books and papers and canvases. I have an obnoxious amount of paper and canvases that I honestly would love to just use up. That is another one of my goals, is it kind of ties up with what I'm just complaining about with having too many art supplies and kitchen. It's too many stuff in the pantry, kitchen in general. I am still on a mission of being a minimalist. I hate having too much stuff, personally. I prefer just to like be able to pack up a suitcase and pack up a couple of bins of my personal belongings, pack it in the car, and leave. I have been saying that for about 5 years now, and I still say that, and that is my ultimate goal. My major goal that I am trying to accomplish right now is I want to travel. But you need money to just quit your day job and to travel the world. That is my goal, is to pack a suitcase, pack a bin with all of my personal belongings, have one suitcase, one bin of my personal shit, and just travel the world. So I have too much shit and no money to do that. And that is my goal for 2025. My major goal is to save up enough money where I can just travel the world. I will be 32 this year, and I have a passport. Never fucking used it. It expires this year, and I want to travel the world, especially if I have learned anything in my entire life, is that not to wait until the golden years to have the money to travel, because life happens and nothing is what it seems like. Sometimes your golden years are not so golden, and it sucks because we are all humans and humans suck and humans fall apart. So my goal for YouTube is, my main channel is to post 2 videos a week, at least once a week, and the same number of videos is what I want to do in shorts. I usually always have some sort of excuse of why I don't get 1 or 2 videos out a week. That is going to change. I do have a second channel that I haven't posted in a very long time, and I do want to get back into it, but I'm going to change it and going to mostly spend it. It's going to be, I write, so I want to just read some of my stories there, post the rest of those on Patreon, and do some art for it while reading the stories. Speaking of Patreon, my goal for Patreon is to post more and actually remember to post more than just a couple of times a month on it. And for writing, the same idea for YouTube and art is to get back into the habit of writing more, and especially when I'm inspired to just write it, even if I just text the whole writing piece to myself. Basically, to sum up, my goals for 2025 is to create new habits and work on being a better version of myself. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell so you can be reminded of when I post a video. I do have a Patreon. It has 3 tiers: writing, art, and book club. If you like to join me there, that would be cool. If not, that's fine, I guess. I do have Etsy, and I did finally post everything on Etsy. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye!